All right, we are here at Clyde Ayler's house to look at his, what is it? It's a
Zenith 200, 300 series aircraft.
Zenith 200 and 300 project he's been working on a while. So we're going into his shop here in the backyard. Let's see what he's got. I see an airplane.
It's an airplane, all right. It's a lot further along, but it's not completely done. Got the canopy done. I pulled it off so I could work around this thing without having to work on it. So it just hinged on.
Golly. Now, was any of this a kit or is it all handmade by you?
All handmade by me.
All handmade. There you go.
I started with the tail assembly when I first started. I built them first.
Are those fiberglass tips?
Yeah, that's fiberglass tip.
Did you make the fiberglass tips?
I made the fiberglass tips. You can pull this off here so you can.
So it's a full flying stabulator.
Yeah, full flying stabilizer. Yeah.
Now is this a servo tab or anti-servo tab?
It's a servo. It's got a servo right here, right behind here. You can see the servo in there in the corner, right down there. And it actually operates the trim. And
So you have electronic trim on pitch and yaw both.
yeah, uh-huh.
Did you make your bearings for your light?
Yep.
That's pretty nice.
And no, I've been kind of lazy and not getting it all polished out. I just started polishing down here, yeah, worked, and I just stopped.
And so is this a servo mount right here?
Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah,
It's
we can
behind
just, yeah, you can just take it loose right here and pull it right on off. This is for I made this one. It's for the actual servo mechanism that works the flaps.
Oh, you got electronic flaps.
Yeah.
Electromechanical.
Electrical, where you can run it up and down. And
Well,
then
now-
get some switches in already. It just needs to be proper labeled.
Have you had it all together on the gear?
No,
You never had it out all together.
no. I haven't had the wing on this side yet. That has to be put on. It hasn't been done. I've had the center section and the main section on the wing here all put together, separate, before I assemble it into the airplane.
Oh.
So it has been together, but it hadn't been together since. And I bruised myself here leaning over this thing, trying to pull this bolt out right here in the corner.
Is that a wing retainer bolt?
Just a bolt I put in there so I had pulled out several of them already, but I don't have the last one out. It's just the last one holding it in.
So
And I realized something I should have done. I haven't done it. And I got the wiring also in there that comes from the wing out in and fastened in. I don't have the jumpers in it. I should have a disconnect. So you can just connect the whole thing. What I have to do is cut the cable and then mark which ones they are. So you keep track of what they are when you pull it off.
Right, just need a male and female plug.
Yeah.
Did you make your cowl?
Yeah, I made the cowling. There's the top half of it right here. It's in here. This is the original starter that was used on the Corvair. And this is another one that the guy had in the aviation and trying to that. As you can see, I even got the little trim tab opening that goes on the
Oh, your access.
access.
Yeah.
I haven't passed it in yet.
Were you gonna run the fan?
No fan. That's just the way I'm going to do it like that. That's all.
Why did you leave the shroud on it if you weren't going to use the fan?
The
Curling?
shroud is to curl and direct the air that comes from the
Okay,
front
just use
to
it.
the prop.
Kind of like a semi-plenum.
It does.
Yeah.
Just the ductwork to pull it down through. I'm thinking also of putting a deal on this, just piece of metal on there to
Yeah, you need
give it direct. Keep it.
cover that so
Yeah.
it go through there.
Yeah.
And so where would the air exit?
Down
It
out
comes-
the bottom.
Goes through.
It goes through.
Okay, so it just go down
It
at
goes
the bottom
down
of the
through
engine.
and out the bottom. Yeah.
Boy, that's one heck of a turbo, isn't it?
Yeah. The engine had it originally, but it was over on this end. It was right above the gearbox that went into the transmission
Uh-huh.
on the car.
Is it operated off of exhaust gas?
It's operated off the exhaust gas. It comes up
here?
through. Yeah. See, the exhaust pipe goes across and comes up into here, and then goes out here. And this is one area that I am actually this is the actual piece that fits on here, just for a sample. And I need to adjust this, make a new one, adjust it so it'll come down here and come down this side, and go and put the muffler on it back here.
Does it have a waste gate on it that you know of?
No,
No waste gate.
no wastegate. And this directly came from here to here. And I turned this around, realigned it up to fit. It has to be properly welded together completely. I just tacked it so it'd be in place.
So
Yeah.
That's
where do you collect? Okay, it's got the exhaust is on it. It's collected on the bottom, and that
the
is
exhaust is right here. You can see the exhaust pipes here.
yeah. Okay.
And I made the engine mount and set this up here so it would fit right on using the actual attachment places that could be used. That's where I just haven't fastened this one down all the way yet.
Now, what kind of horsepower are you gonna derive out of this engine?
About 160 horse.
160. At what RPM do you know?
The engine is about a 2-to-1 because I got a Volkswagen transaxle on front.
Uh-huh.
It's about a 2-to-1 gear ratio.
Okay.
So the engine will run twice as fast from the prop,
Hmm.
approximately.
Did you come up with the idea of using a transaxle, or is that
Yes.
something other people have done?
Other people have done it, but it was someone else's idea, and I got it, and I built this part of it and fitted it on. I went to a shop and had it machined and put it together.
Now, have you ever run it?
It has not been run since this is being set up this way. It was run in a car.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Corvair car.
Okay, I'm still not clear on. Where's the, is this an injected engine?
No,
You're coming in here.
going in here to the filters, here's your carburetor.
Okay, this,
There's your carburetor right in
Right.
between. This is not in the right place yet. It goes through the, it hooks into here, and this one hooks into here.
okay.
It's part of the pumping system.
Well, now, I still don't understand what this is. You're coming into the engine here.
This is the actual manifold of the engine. The turbo feeds the turbo here. I don't have a piece of pipe. tubing
Okay,
it,
so we're
fit
going
on.
in,
It goes from here to into here.
Okay.
we're driving it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we just got a single manifold on each set of heads.
The turbo is its main supply to the air for all the cylinders. 3 on each side. And there's one possibility, these actually are spark plugs are loose. I deliberately loosened them up so that if I get myself in the right position with the rest of it, I can just actually turn it over. I think if I take the plugs out, I can actually turn this over here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's feeding the fuel. Where does the fuel go? We've got,
Goes into here.
we got this is the fuel pump, and we go in here,
Yeah, and one goes into here,
and then it comes out of here into the intake.
into here.
Okay, all right, I got it.
And your throttle mechanism is right here.
Okay. So this is your inlet from the gas tank?
Yeah.
Right here?
Yeah.
And then out of the fuel pump up into the induction area?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it now. I was having trouble with that. Well, that's an interesting redrive.
Yeah, I'd never heard of them doing that with the transaxle. That's unique.
Yeah, it's a transaxle. The smaller one is 19 threads to turn. It's the size of 19.0. The other one underneath it is 21.
Teeth?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it's 19. It's adjusting from 19 to 21. See, that's the way you get to, then. And this here, see, is,
It's like a Lycoming mount.
yeah, it's I use a Lycoming bracket assembly to actually drill and set that up. See, and you can actually.
Well, sort of you can.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also got belt drive on the back side here for this,
For your
but
alternator.
the starter is on this gear.
Okay. All right, well, I see how it goes. So we got.
And I do not have a prop yet. I got some shims on the back side of it, trying to set it up for the proper position. you go on far enough to where you can feed the cotter pin through here and lock it in. I pulled this one apart to get to look at, see what was causing the problem with it, why it wasn't working. I'm an instrument technician. That's the type of stuff I worked on for years.
Well, did you find out what was wrong with it?
Basically, yeah, I got it straightened out. It's just that I haven't put it back together.
Nice parts in that gyro.
Yeah, and that's all the pieces. You know, the dial goes on the front there. See?
Mm-hmm.
And laying it out to where the radio is. I haven't finished it, and that is, I don't think it just quite where it will fit together like it should. I may have to make a new one. And that's the reason why I got it out here like this, is because I'm just trying to determine which item goes where, and to correspond here. See, like for instance, is where I'm having the trouble with. Here's a DG. And
Yeah, that's
it
pretty
don't
good
match.
size.
Yeah, that's a big one, see, and it don't match this spot here,
Right.
but it matches this one. If I can get that to work, I can bypass that one.
Yeah, that one would fit.
So, and that's all the gauges that I need for it. Airspeed, manifold.
You got a VSI. You got plenty in there.
And actually, I would like to just donate and have you take this whole work and have someone that finish it up. Because I'm just not capable anymore of doing it.
Yeah, well, of course, you saw the Miranda we had there the last time.
Yeah.
That's what he finally said. He said, I can't finish it. He never
Yeah.
got to fly it, so.
And that's, and this is part, for instance, the drawing that's in the manual that I've used for construction purposes.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the original, and I also got a bunch of copies that I had used as I was putting it together.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Can't have too many of those. They tear up.
Yeah.
And this is a 200, 300 is
Yeah.
what you said?
Yeah.
Which ones were the ones that had the wing problems? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
Well, they had the wings fold on several of them, and they had to send out an AD to do a fix on them, and I don't know what all that is, but I had to do something. Oh, you got two baggage compartments? Is this a baggage compartment and this a baggage compartment?
Yeah,
There's lots of room.
storage room for quick deal. And also, I want to put down here, I was planning on using this section underneath the seat here for a tank, 5 gallon or 10 gallon.
Oh.
Fit it in there where enough to probably run for a half hour and 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd give you a little more reserve time for it to go in. And I have turned on the battery. I haven't hooked it up right now. I've just kept it disconnected off the battery. But if I hook this wire up here, that's the main cord. If I put that on there,
Spin it?
I can actually move my control surfaces.
Oh, very good. So you got those wires right?
Yeah, those are all in place. So,
Well, you've got a lot done here, Clyde.
How long has he been working on it?
I bought the plans in 1973.
My goodness.
I built the spar and all the ribs for the wing in 74 and 75. But then I set it aside and I hung it up, just those parts.
Mhm.
In 2001 is when I started working on the tail. I did the tail first, then I did the wing and the fuselage.
Put a lot of work in on it.
Sure have. It's pretty much a complete airplane.
What are the skins on this? Boy, that's pretty stout.
32,
32. Man, they feel stiff for 32.
32,000. I tried to follow the manual as close as I could follow it. I actually, you see back there, there's also a brake back there.
Mm-hmm.
I use that brake to bend all the metal for this thing, for everything first. And set it up where I could actually then assemble it properly.
Of course, we got a lot of projects. It would be some time before we could get to this one.
But it'd be one of those great, school projects with school kids.
School, it would be a real good school project, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
To where young people that haven't really done anything, you can get the basic structure. How I've got photographs of all the wing and all the parts as it went together.
Right.
Paper records of it all. And I got a hole underneath and right there behind that connector down there where you can crawl up inside the back.
Well, interesting. Okay, let's think this over and see.
And since you're donating it to the chapter,
Yeah.
why don't you think about it, about, maybe the value of this thing, and we can give you a tax write-off.
You need a
Yeah.
tax write-off on it?
No, I don't need a tax write-off because I don't have any income tax. I don't have any
Yeah,
income.
no income, no tax. That's the way to
Yeah.
fix that tax problem. Yes.
Well, that's true.
And
Okay.
see, and also, you see hanging over there on that wall, there's 6 cylinders over there. That's for another Corvair engine.
Mhm.
You basically have another Corvair engine in parts. And that has been machined and it's all been honed and fitted, pistons, ready to go in.
Okay.
Now, I already spent the money on it.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
And the drive shaft for it is right above it.
The crank?
Crankshaft is right above it. In that plastic bag.
Yes. Okay. Well, very interesting. All right. We'll start scratching our heads and figure out. I've got to go down there and see where it could be put. But well, you got the landing gear on the other wing. I just noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I stuck it on it. So that
Well, we'll find a place for it and put it in order for restoration,
We could make it a little easier to pull the engine and hold the engine off a little bit and make it a little easier to store with the wing off. Yeah, it's too bad you can't finish it, Clyde. It'd be nice to see you able to finish it and fly it, but
I'd like to have, and I've got people that know that I'm working on it. They say, well, when are you going to get it done? I said, I don't know.
Thursday. Tell them Thursday. It'll be finished Thursday. You just don't know which Thursday.
We're talking about this equipment.
My goodness.
90% of that airplane was done with this,
Mm-hmm.
and the brake.
Okay. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Tools that I used on the airplane, I'll try and donate with it.
Great,
That's very generous,
Fantastic.
Clyde. That's very nice.
really nice.
Because I've got 3 boys. One of them, the youngest one, is in aviation. He's in Little Rock, Arkansas, and he's working, and he's actually going to school and working up, and they're improving his skills. And
Well, now,
he's an inspector.
Didn't you bring him to a meeting one time?
I think
one
so.
time, yeah.
One time.
I didn't know you had 3. Of course, I know the other 2. We fly models together.
Yeah.
But and now that you mention that, it seems to me you had him with you one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we've looked at the airplane, and Clyde wants to donate it and hopefully use it for some educational projects with young people. He's even donated some of the tools that he used to build it. So we're going to go out and move things at the hangar, try to figure out where to put it, and come back over here before too long and pick everything up and head out that way.
Thanks a lot, Clyde.
Thank you, Clyde. Appreciate it.
I wish to